medical examiners speak on the stand today.
Law enforcement subdual restraint and the neck compression was just more than Mr. Floyd could take.
As the Chauvin trial continues, a possible deadly chronic disease wave.
As the pandemic hopefully recedes now that we have vaccination, it's going to uncover this problem.
Post-COVID-19, and patience pays.
You don't know where the animal's coming from.
For local foster families saving dogs from a half a world away. It's all coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Zitlali Solache, and today is Monday, April 12, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
We begin with breaking news. Protest overnight after police-involved shooting near Minneapolis. In the city of Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, a 20-year-old black man named Dante Wright was shot and killed yesterday after he was pulled over for a traffic stop. It was just 10 miles from the courthouse where today the trial for Derek Chauvin entered its third week of testimony this morning, looking into the death of George Floyd. Testimony for Day 11 gets underway within the hour. Last week, the prosecution relied on expert medical witnesses to help their case that George Floyd's death was a direct result of Chauvin kneeling on his neck for more than 9 minutes.
The law enforcement subdual restraint and the neck compression was just more than Mr. Floyd could take.
This particular case is Mr. Floyd's heart, right?
Yes.
And even without any sort of an exertion, that's a potential cause of death that needs to be considered.
Yes.
The defense is trying to pin Floyd's death on the drugs in his system and other health conditions like heart disease. Leaders in one state are making a plea to the White House this morning. They want to fight a surge in COVID cases with a surge in vaccinations. In Michigan, COVID-19 positivity rates and hospitalizations are at level not seen since the early months of the pandemic. The White House plans to send an additional 160 government workers. No word on whether the state will be getting additional vaccine doses. Miami-Dade and Broward counties are beginning to look like Florida's coronavirus hotspots again this morning. Both are listed as extremely high risk of exposure to COVID-19, and both saw increased cases over the last week. Meanwhile, nationwide leading health expert is warning of coming health crisis after COVID. Dr. Robert Califf has a sobering prediction.
As the pandemic hopefully recedes now that we have vaccination, it's going to uncover this problem that was already there to begin with.
Califf is a former commissioner of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. He says we can expect a rise in heart disease, hypertension, and type 2 diabetes, adding that he expects to see a steep drop in average U.S. life expectancy by as much as 3 years. On April 10th, North Miami Beach's popular restaurant Make Squeeze opened a second location in Midtown. As the network's Raquel Lewis reports, the juice is worth the squeeze.
The popular Miami Squeeze opened its second restaurant in Midtown last weekend. The original Miami Squeeze, a family-operated business which has been catering to North Miami Beach for over 25 years, will continue providing healthy, fresh, and nutritious food at accessible, low prices for its second location.
So we decided to open a restaurant during the pandemic due to the big demand on healthy food. This project has been in the works for the last 8 months. We actually locked in our lease during the beginning of Corona times, and we've been moving forward ever since.
Everything fresh daily, and we prepare our food with a lot of love. That's our number one goal when we prepare our food. We know how healthy the food is, so we want to show our guests that they could come here and eat healthy.
The restaurant offered free smoothies to the first 150 guests, served free hummus with every order, and showcased their best sellers. The most popular item is the Wawa wrap, which consists of grilled chicken breast, rice, chickpeas, avocado, and the secret sauce.
I love it because it has carbs, grilled chicken, avocado. It's great with the Miami Squeeze sauce. And this location just makes it even better. It's nice to have a good environment to eat in. I love it.
For more information, visit MiamiSqueeze.com. Reporting for the South Florida Media Network, Raquel Lewis.
Coach Eric Spoelstra and the Heat snagged a late-night win in the first game of the West Coast road trip last night. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo both scored over 20 points to lead all scorers. The Heat won 107-98. Up next for Miami is a game tomorrow night against the Suns in Phoenix. Pro golfer Hideki Matsuyama was named the winner of this year's Master Tournament, taking home the prized green jacket. He made history as the first Japanese man to win at Augusta National and the first to win any of the 4 major championships in men's golf for Japan. He finished at 10 under par for a one-shot victory and is getting showered with praise back in Japan. The president's dog is headed to obedience school. That's still ahead, and so is this story.
Start with one and have a lot of patience.
Calling all foster families and potential adopters. A group of pets who escaped a dangerous situation have just touched down in South Florida. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
I hear someone go, "Didn't it come from you guys?"
Strangers cough at me.
Move away from me.
Someone spit towards my direction. All the stereotypes that we've worked so hard to break are just going to be reversed. And I won't let that happen.
We all have to play our part.
I donate my plasma.
I've been making masks.
We deserve respect as much as everybody else.
I'm a firefighter, not a virus.
I'm a mask maker, not a virus.
I'm a nurse.
I'm a delivery woman, chef, a neighbor, artist,
Bus driver.
I'm a doctor.
Fight the virus. Fight the virus.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Hey, that's not in my script.
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Calls up for some cute canines who got a rough start in life before getting flown to South Florida. A South Florida pet rescue organization taking on the task of bringing dogs who were marked for death half a world away and giving them a forever home in South Florida. And as the network's Samantha Enclada reports, it all starts off with a good foster home.
Volunteers with Good Karma Pet Rescue helped save Celine, Wink, and 3 other dogs from the Chinese meat market, where nearly 10 million dogs die every year. The dogs arrived at Miami International Airport earlier this month.
We have rescue partners over in China that we work with, so they're the ones that actually go out and save the dogs from the trucks, and then they communicate back to us which dogs they have, any medical needs they might have, and then they work with us as well as other rescues just to find placement.
The dogs were examined by vets after their long trip that lasted over 50 hours. They are now being looked after by volunteers who foster them until a good forever home is found. This rescue was a year in the making, but Good Karma is always rescuing dogs and looking for fosters to give them a temporary home. People who want to give pets a second chance at life can become fosters.
Start with one and have a lot of patience. Because again, you don't know where the animal's coming from.
Good Karma's website is a one-stop shop for all pet lovers. Visitors can look at the animals up for adoption, donate, and apply to become a foster or adopter. If you are interested in any of these, you can visit goodkarmapetrescue.org.
Samantha Encalada, reporting for South Florida Media Network.
One of President Biden's dog, Major, is heading back to school. Major, the younger of Biden's 2 dogs, will undergo some more training after his 2 biting incidents. Jen Psaki said that Major and his older brother, Champ, are still getting used to their new home at the White House. That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.